Hi, my one friend who is watching. You know who you are. Yeah, it's been a while, but if I have to support this project, as long as we stay on this cause, I will be using my typing skills for a good cause. So I have typed Hamzah Saadah as an MF NETI consume play blast sleep blast #1. So I will be sharing my typing journal as well. You can find it in the link below. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the differences we see between like me and Habib, like what we see differently, and I will quickly talk about those. And those would be gather versus organize, what else? Consume versus blast, and his social, ego versus friends. Yes, these three. So OE versus OI. Oh my God, why is it so hard to see on him? Because I'm like, he definitely is not afraid of people at all. And I'm like 1 zillion% sure that he is an observer. So why would it be that hard to see that? That's one question. Anyway, that's why I didn't go after his saviors, but I went after his demons. And I happen to see him as an observer who is more triggered by control than chaos. Because he has masculine SI lust, double masculine SITI sleep lust, plus his social activating that for him. It is like he basically come across like an NITI sleep lust play. So these two types are quite similar. So what do we do? Look at the bigger picture. What is he in the trap? Which archetype is he playing? I think he functions as a whistleblower. Get the information out, spread the word. This is my kind. Can't an IJ be a whistleblower? Of course they can. Sure they can. Especially sleep plus play. If they believe in a cause and whatever, like, yeah, that could work. But what are Hamzah's demons? Indoctrination. They restricted the access to the library. Give me your source. Give me the SI. In front of the videos, you can even see him getting triggered by some spider. Yeah, anecdotes. What makes a pattern an anecdote? It's an ESFP saying it. But in any case, I didn't use that for typing, it just came up in the prediction phase. Consume versus blast. I see he doesn't like consume. That would be a cringe factor for me, and I don't have that. Also, he is gathering for self in a savior state, and especially in the interviews where he is the one getting interviewed, it is easier to see all the random stories about me. So why would a lead consume can be mistaken as a consume lust? Unfortunately, it is because of the false negative stereotype of consume lust. It is so widely misunderstood. Unbelievable. And I think it is like not only causing the negative emotions, but it's also affecting people's typing skills, including me. I just happened to catch this one. Anyways, I already wrote a post about that topic as well. If you'd like to read, you can find it below. Basically, the stronger the filter gets, it is harder for stuff to get in. That's it. And in his case, we are looking at a savior DI. It's masculine, and he has ego at the top. That is a pretty strong filter. It is so strong that sometimes he might be perceived as the false negative stereotype of consume lust. There's also this thing that I think, like, ask any consume lust, they will type in the type I came up with, and ask any blast lust, they will come up with NITI sleep plus play. Maybe we need some info dumps to type. How many people are we? 5? 7? Maybe. Anyway, coming to ego versus friends, social 1 versus social 2. Why can he be mistaken for a lead sleep? Because that is the first animal in his social stack as a #1. And why does he come across like a 2? Because his animal stack is the exact same as the social stack of #2. I know he might come across like savior friends, but he just happens to be a double decider with double activated FE, double activated NF play, and it is double feminine. That's the only reason why somebody can be perceived nice. What else? He, I think, is also raised by good people. So this is the nicest #1 you can get. Why does he prefer talking to kids or young adults? Because he has a vision. He is on a mission. It just happens to be driven internally and for his double masculine ST identity lust. And also think about his debating style. Does he remind you of someone? This is exactly what his country needed, somebody to fight for their consume. He's fighting for how the world perceives his country, his consume. He's fighting for his consume. He's pushing the world with his DI. Oh my God, that is so impressive for me. Unbelievable. Speak the truth. Get emotional reaction. Plant the seeds. What else should he do? I wish every number one could be like him, using their platform for a good cause. And if I have to say that this is my favorite type among all the types, such a badass. I really like Hamzah. I wish all the best for him and for Palestine.